happen that we may end up saying something and even doing something just because we're in a bad mood. Because you'll agree with me that not everything is rainbow and sunshine, right? Especially this crazy year that we're having. Every single one of us has mood swings, like we feel up and down, and that is only natural. So what if you could have tools that could help you improve your mood on the go? So this episode is for you if you want to know how to improve your mood and to get out of a bad one quickly. Hi and welcome back to another episode of Up It and the Actionables podcast. If you're a returning viewer or a listener, thank you for tuning back in. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Payden. For content that can help you move toward your life goals, that's what this channel is all about. And we post and bring you fresh weekly content every Saturday. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing some mood boosting tips that will help you to get out of a bad, funky mood real quickly. Because no one likes to stay in a bad mood for too long, right? I hope you said yes. And with that, let's get into it. Let me start this off by saying that every single one of us has mood swings. However, if your mood swings cause you dysfunction with normal day-to-day activities, then obviously go ahead and consult a certified physician. This is for those of us who have shorter period of mood swings and would like to learn how to deal with them in a much better way. This expression, being in a mood, really means when somebody is in the mood to either do something or not want to do something. So for example, you may not be in a mood to talk to somebody or vice versa. We may often hear this expression that they are in a real mood, which implies that they may not be in such a great one. When you're trying to achieve your goals, I'm sure you'll agree with me that your time and your feelings are your biggest resources. Let me explain. Out of the 24 hours that you have, what you do with your time and where you spend your time and your feelings is extremely critical. So obviously you can't be wasting these resources. I mean, you can, but if you're serious about reaching your goals, you'd rather not waste them. So while being human, it's impossible not to get into a bad mood. It is completely up to us how soon we choose to get out of a bad, funky mood. Because you might not have control over what gets you down, but you sure as hell have control over how you choose to bounce back from a bad mood. If you're with me and you want to know some mood boosting tips that can help you, then leave me a comment below and tell me what you do to get out of a bad mood. Now, before getting to the mood boosting tips, I'd like to walk you through 2 steps that could really help you maximize the impact that these mood boosting tips can have. So let's get into that first. Step number 1 is to identify the mood that you are slipping into. So some physical signs of you slipping into a bad mood would be you'd probably frown like this, or you'd clench your fists, you'll have rushed breathing, or you might just plain feel irritable. Step number 2, after you have identified the mood that you are in, is to go ahead, lighten up and give it a name. So I have fun by naming some of my moods like grumpy Payden or angry Payden or doesn't want to talk to anyone Payden. Try to be humorous and come up with a name to match your mood. It will help with the mood, pun intended. Now that we've talked about these 2 steps, let's get into 5 mood boosting tips that can really help you get out of a jam much faster. Tip number 1 is physically move your body and go do something that you actually like doing. So for example, I prefer playing the piano or learning Spanish. So go and find something to do that you will really enjoy for the pure joy of it. If you don't have a hobby, now might be a good time to explore what you truly like doing. Out of so many things that life has to offer, find out what you would like to do. Singing, dancing, reading, gaming. Go figure. Tip number 2 is take a nap. Every time you're stressed, you go take a nap, you release endorphins, and when you wake up, you'll feel much better. Tip number 3 is listen to a favorite track or music. Now personally, I feel that Eastern healing sounds can really lift your mood instantly. I'm gonna drop some links in the description below, so be sure to check that out if you want. Or otherwise, go jam to your favorite track or music, like whether it is Bollywood, pop, hip hop, rock. Take some time out to jam to your favorite music or track. It will really help with your mood. Tip number 4 is phone a friend. Now use this one carefully. You do not want to call somebody and stress them out with your problem, but use it in a way that you call them and probably talk about something which is completely unrelated. You don't have to get into what is actually getting you down. I mean, you may or may not, depending on the friendship and the relationship you share with the person. But my suggestion would be to talk about something completely unrelated. And you will experience that after that phone call, you'll feel much better because the focus would have shifted from what was actually weighing you down. So try this one out. Tip number 5, which comes with a huge warning. Tip number 5 is watch cat videos or Netflix. Now, come on, there is no judgment over here. Personally, I will agree that every time I'm stressed out, I like to play with my cats, watch some cat videos online, and also Netflix on guilty but K-drama. But whatever is your style, whatever is your preference, go do that. Now, hey, we've got some things to do, right? So we want to use this one with utter discretion. We don't want to use it as a crutch to waste time, because I don't believe and endorse in any way that we should only be working. Everybody deserves a break. It's just about being mindful of how much time you need to recharge your batteries. It's all subjective, but you do what works for you. So these are some of the mood boosting tips. Leave me a comment below on how you like them and which one resonated the most with you. So if you need further help with your life goals, we have created a checklist that can help you pursue your goals in a much better and a simpler way. Be sure to check that out. The link is mentioned in the description below. And if this episode resonated with you, then share it with a friend, and I will see you next week. And meanwhile, don't forget, what you want matters, and it's really up to you to make it happen. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.